When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever.
I'm sick with the talk, pass to your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
simultaneously over joints we rock.
We earn
30 years so you can say we got
3 turns.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, keep the flow.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's
fool?
a close encounter of what kind?
Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Turn it up, y'all, keep the flow.
Are you ready? Set? Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Yeah. Yeah.
They should take it to 10.
Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Then call me done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay. I do a good job. Pull up, pull out, and pull off. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They wanna keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby, receptionist, what now?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Come on, baby. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Look at me. Go, 5.
They start on the ground with Forte. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Back to the ground on first, it's Forte. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Under 10, under 10, 10.
Out of the pistol, Forte. Forte, first down and more. And finally taken. Down at the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's another Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Hey, you don't want to see me. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6 now.
Now they'll look to throw it with Cutler. Ball's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
Hey, I-7. Check. Go.
From the shotgun, Cutler. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo.
Hey, eat. Hey, I'm coming after you.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hey, lock it. Check, lock it. Let's go.
They'll try the left side. Keith. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got the hook up to Lee. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards, first down, Packers. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Rodgers going to throw. Being chased out left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
What you got?
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Bears' 47-yard line.
Down. 60 outlaw.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Bears 3, Packers nothing.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta. 5.
Now Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Jennings. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Now a run with Forte. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Hey, Charlie.
Alert three.
Off the play fake. Here's Cutler. He'll rifle this one deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Give him 32 on the play. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching. And how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
He's coming.
Hey, Zoo. Go.
Now Cutler on first down. Eluding the pressure right. A dump off to Forte. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Look at me. Zipper.
Check 31.
Ready to go.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So now from half the distance closer, here's first and goal.
Come. Hey, Foxtrot. Deep river.
To throw, Cutler. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. From 4 yards out as the Bears push further out in front. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10.
Look at me. Go.
Safety cream. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll run on first down.
I got you, boy.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 43.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Look at the dance and the juke. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't.
Now Cutler in trouble. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. 20, 10. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown.
We're going to shut you down.
So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 57 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Leo. Go.
Back.
Go.
Hey.
Get it.
This is Forte.
Whip. Watch the whip. Check.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
30 base.
56. I don't even know why this team showed up. Jam.
On 2nd down, Cutler. Now Cutler in trouble. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
56 is the mic.
Now Cutler on 3rd and long. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Bravo!
Mike 50. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Go.
Now after the interception, here's Cutler. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Keelan Cole, the intended target. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Check four. Watch it.
Four out. Go.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, keep it up. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch. Go.
To throw is Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Completes it to Lee. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First down, Green Bay.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And this one is right through. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. So we have hit halftime of the 2019 opener from Chicago. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
He's coming to double up. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Watch the pass. Mike's 54.
Hey, Echo. Ready?
On 2nd and very short. Rodgers. That's caught by Jackson. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards.
Ready. 18, Gator.
Watch 54. Hey, me and you all day.
Pilot, 64, weak. 5.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal. At the Bears.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, team 6.
Check. 4 down.
Get it.
Throwing is Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Stephon Tuitt able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Hey. 4 down.
Hey. High 7. Hit it.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there, creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
Let's go.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, Alpha.
Switch. Mike 50 now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. B.J. Hill, his 2nd sack of the night. And before the 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
I smell fear in that offense. Hey, Delta.
Switch.
Dude.
Here's Cutler. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The sack by Marcus Hunt.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Throwing here, Cutler. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Chicago. 65 yards. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on 1st down. $16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago.
But that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
That'll be caught by Hester. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Cutler looking to throw. Flushed. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as the Bears push further out in front. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And they'll take over inside the 45 at at the 44-yard line. Jennings was the one he was looking for.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On first down, this is Forte. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Alert flare, alert flare, flare.
Greystone, travel. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Hit it.
Now it's Cutler. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
52, check 3, check 3.
Hey!
Now a handoff, running right, Forte. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 4th down. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Right there in the middle, 55. You got nothing in there. You got nothing. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Big grip.
Rodgers to throw again. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
55, my God, 55. Let's get the ball. Mike 55.
Hey.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, 5. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Ready, set.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 45. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Jennings was the one he was looking for.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
Leo!
Check 13! Check 13!
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Check 29! Check 50, check 50!
Ready!
On 1st down, Forte.
Shit!
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Check!
Blue draw corkers.
Check 99! Check 99! He's checking!
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game.
Go! Protein spill. Bravo. Fire.
Cutler's going to throw it. And he's going to be taken down. Cutler sacked.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? 2nd sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get 1. That's memorable. 2? Hello.
Now, he dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
Get it.
Now Cutler on 3rd and long. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together some pressure? And he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, 1, 2.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Here we go.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for Chicago, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.